so glad to have the pleasure of your company in this handsome palace for the lively arts. To enjoy the pleasure of your company, I hope before I'm through, no one departs. And as you leave the final scene, we'll find a bar on which to lean, and I'll describe with latitude my gratitude. Ah, yes, I'm glad to have the pleasure of your company in this handsome palace for the lively arts. I'm really sincere in stating how grateful I am to have you come tonight to help me celebrate my demi-centennial. That's true, yes, sir. 50 years ago. That's half a seed. 50 years ago, I stepped out on the stage of a little neighborhood theater in West Los Angeles. And my big ballad that afternoon was a plaintive little plea which went as follows. Mary Lou, cross my heart, I love you. Every bell in the steeple is ready to ring, and all the people are bringing pretty presents just for you. Mary Lou, won't you give your promise true? Why, for miles around they're waiting just to start their celebrating when you say I do, Mary Lou. Of course, every act those days had to have a lively number, you know, something spirited, and I chose a bouncy little item that went something like this. Peter, a one, a two. I want to wake up in the morning where the morning glories grow, where the sun comes a-peeping into where I'm sleeping, and the songbirds say hello. I want to ramble in the wildwood where the rippling waters flow, and go drifting back to childhood where the morning glories grow, all the way back to my childhood where the morning glories grow. Something like that. That was up there. Well, on that long ago matinee, so many years ago, the audience was very cordial, encouraged me to continue on in a musical career. So I plodded along through the late 20s, the 30s, and the 40s, sort of a rake's progress, picking up a little work here and there, you know, with the vaudeville, radio, pictures, and market openings, bus stops, anything, any place I could get, until finally, in the mid-50s or late 50s, I had reached what I rather euphemistically like to call the zenith of my career. I was doing very good, I really was. And I was up in San Francisco one night, kind of on the town with a party of friends, and one of our favorite haunts was a place called John's Rendezvous. It was a cavernous tavern in San Francisco, run by an Italian-American who generally was pretty mellow by 7 o'clock. He used to lean on the grape pretty heavily. But it had good food and a nice little dance combo, and you could do just about what you wanted in there. The atmosphere was casual and relaxed and easy. So we were in there, and with our party, among us was Joe Frisco, the famous stuttering comedian that used to be so great in vaudeville. So during the evening, it got a little, there was a lull, so Joe and I were up there working with the band. We were singing, I was dancing, he was dancing, and then I'd sing a solo, and he'd dance, and then we'd whistle, and then we'd both tell some jokes, and then we did some duets. And finally, when we ran out of gas, we went over at the bar to get pumped up, and we were sitting there when old John, the proprietor, the Italian-American chap, came over, and he says, Joe, I like very much you come and work for me. Joe Frisco says, no, John, I don't think you could afford me. Oh, yes, I can afford you, Joe. I pay you all kinds of money. You come and work for me, you'll be a bigger success here. Joe said, no, John, I think it would be too confining. Oh, come on, Joe. You tell you what I'm going to do. You come and work for me, I take the other fella, too. That shook me a little. I must tell you, I was a little shaken after that. In fact, I heard later that Joe took it solo, and I was a little hurt, too. But I plodded along until one day I was coming in from the Houston airport in a taxi cab into the city, and the driver of the cab was an ample, black chap, and he kept looking around over his shoulder at me, kind of sizing me up. Finally, he said, say, mister, he said, anybody ever tell you look like Bing Crosby? I said, oh, no, there's no chance of that. I'm a much better looking man than Bing Crosby. So he didn't say any more for, a minute or two, and finally says, well, let me tell you something, mister. You wouldn't mind looking like Bing Crosby if you had his money. But then, really, the shock that really put me back in the action again, seriously, I was coming out of NBC about a year ago, out of the stage door, the artist entrance there. There's generally a little group of people around. And one fella come up and started looking at me very close. He looked me all over and he said, say, didn't you used to be Bing Crosby? You know, that's a little strong. So I decided to give up the shooting and the fishing and the travel and the golf, and how lucky I was to be able to get an engagement here in what is really the mecca of all strolling players, the Palladium. Here I am, and how happy I am, I can't begin to tell you. I really guess that's enough time spent poking about among the embers of the dear dead past. We better get to work and sing some songs. And I have a new song here, and it's a song, the lyrics of which seem to me to be particularly appropriate. Peter? Who would have thought what I would find at my time of life? Quiet days and peace of mind at my time of life. Puffing my pipe and watching the smoke rings fly. I'm just doing my best, and as for the rest, just letting the world roll by. Calmer somehow than ever before at my time of life. Happiness now in finally knowing just how it's gonna be. Contented, that's the word. Contented as you can see. And at my time of life, that's good enough for me. Play, Peter. Swing it. Contented, that's the word. Contented as you can see. And at my time of life, that's good enough. At my time of life, quite good enough. At my time of life, that's good enough for me.
You know, I've been very lucky. I often think all the years that I've been working in the leading ladies that I've been able to work with. I've been lucky enough to work with some marvelous women, some marvelous girls, great artists, great singers, all the way from B.B. Daniels to Liza Minnelli. And that's quite a bit of scope right in through there. But the young lady I want you to welcome now is one of my dearest friends, and in my opinion, one of the greatest singers we've ever had, Rosemary Clooney.
It seems to me that I've tried long enough to prove to you my love is strong enough.
Just how upset can you get?
How hard to get can you get?
I'd like to get on a slow boat to China, all to myself alone. Get you and keep you in my arms evermore. Leave all your lovers, leave on a faraway shore. Out on the briny, with the moon big and shiny, melt in your heart of stone. I'd like to get you on a slow boat to China, all to myself alone. You're never gonna get me
on a slow,
not on a faster slow boat. You're not gonna take my heart. You're not gonna break my heart.
I'm gonna make you mine.
You'll have to stand in line.
I'll get you and keep you in my arms.
Now there's a new
attack. Leave all your lovers.
For me they'd swim to China and back. I never liked the ocean
with the moon,
not even
so big
in a
and
rowboat. It's Paris or maybe Rome, or maybe we'll stay at home.
Of stone, or is it made of steel?
You'll find it's very real. Seems we're not going on a slow boat to China. Well, let's just say that we won't be there this June. 'Cause whoever heard of a Chinese honeymoon? Whoever heard of a Chinese honeymoon? I'll go my way by myself. This is the end of romance. I'll go my way by myself. Love is only a dance. I'll try to apply myself and teach my heart how to sing. I'll go my way by myself like a bird on the wing. I'll face the unknown. I'll build a world of my own. No one knows better than I myself. I'm by myself alone. No one knows better than I myself. I'm by myself alone, 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 alone. I'm by myself alone. Thank you. Thank you very much. It was 21 years ago this month that I first set foot on this stage. And when I arrived in England, I had my first child with me, who was then 3 months old. And he missed the show that year. However, he's watching every show this year. He's playing drums. Would you say hello to Miguel Ferrer, if you please? Miguelito Jose. That's nice. This is one of the songs from that first program. The evening breeze caressed the trees tenderly. The trembling trees embraced the breeze tenderly. Then you and I came wandering by and lost in a sigh were we. The shore was kissed by sea and mist tenderly. I can't forget how two hearts met breathlessly. Your arms opened wide and closed me inside. You took my lips, you took my love, so tenderly.
The problem is all inside your head, he said to me. The answer is easy if you take it logically. I'd like to help you in your struggle to be free. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. He said, it's really not my habit to intrude. Furthermore, I hope my meaning won't be lost or misconstrued. But I'll repeat myself. At the risk of being crude, there must be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover. You just slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. Don't need to be coy, Roy. Just get yourself free. Hop on the bus, Gus. You don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key and get yourself free. Slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. Don't need to be coy, Roy. Just listen to me. Hop on the bus, Gus. You don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key and get yourself free. He said, it grieves me so to see you in such pain. I wish there was something I could do to help you smile again. I said, I appreciate that. And would you please explain about the 50 ways? He said, why don't we both just sleep on it tonight? And I believe that in the morning you'll begin to see the light. And then he kissed me, and I realized he probably was right. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover. You just slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. Don't need to be coy, Roy. Just get yourself free. Hop on the bus, Gus. You don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key and get yourself free. Slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. Don't need to be coy, Roy. Just listen to me. Hop on a bus, Gus. You don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key and get yourself free. And get yourself free. And get yourself free. And when you get yourself free, come on to my house. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Love that. You know, there was a song out about a year and a half ago. It was from a musical comedy. I thought it was one of the most beautiful songs I'd ever heard. I imagine the lyrics were a little oblique, a little obtuse, not quite understandable. It was called Send in the Clowns. And that's an expression that comes from the circus. You know, at the circus, at least in America, when the circus is in progress, going on, everything's going well, and an accident happens, or a fire breaks out, or somebody takes a bad fall, or the ringmaster hollers, send in the clowns, and everybody hollers, send in the clowns, and all the clowns come in masse, and they do all their monkey shines and their shenanigans, and they divert the audience's attention from the incident that's just happened and averts a panic. And that's why they got the title for this song, because the young lady who sang it in the show just got herself mixed up very badly with the fellow she was in love with. Here's the way it goes. Isn't it rich? Aren't we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair. Where are the clowns? Isn't this strange? Don't you approve? One who keeps tearing around, one who can't move. Where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. Just when I start opening doors, finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours, making my entrance again with my usual flair, sure of my lines, no one is there. Don't you love farce? My fault, I fear. I thought that you'd want what I want. Sorry, my dear. Where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. Don't bother, they're here. Isn't it strange? Isn't it queer? Losing my timing this late in my career. Where are the clowns that ought to be clowns? Well, maybe next year. I just want to digress for 1 minute to thank all of you who came here tonight and by your presence added support to the good causes that this function seeks to serve. It's been what's this? Sunningdale must have sprung a leak or something. It's your ball. Came right out here on the stage.
I'm terribly sorry, Duke.
What kind of a shot did you hit?
Well, I never hit a good one. I got news, but
You must have hit a big slice to get in here.
well, I don't really understand what's happened. I mean, what's
Well,
going on?
we're having a concert here. This is, I'm going to sing some songs. I'm a singer from America.
I can hear that. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. I know all the singers from America.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah, I know Deep Purple. I know Three Dog Night. I know all the groups.
Dog Night.
And, well,
Who's
your
it?
name is what? What was that?
My name?
Yeah.
My name's Crosby.
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young?
No,
Well, that's beautiful.
No, I work alone.
Oh, you can't be Perry Como because you're not sitting down.
No.
And you can't be Dean Martin because you're standing up and they've been open a couple of hours already.
No, not either one of those guys.
I'll tell you, the fellow I remember, you know the fellow who used to sing, Where the Blue?
Where the blue of the night.
Wow. Yeah. You're a better impressionist than I am. That's beautiful. Hey, that's right. You used to work with Bob Hope.
Bob Hope.
The great Bob
I was
Hope.
his straight man, yeah.
Never.
Yes.
That great humanitarian, that property owner, film producer, actor, great wisecracker. Of course.
And all-time Academy Award loser. All-time, yeah. He's the very outstanding fella, I must tell you, Mr. Hope. He's the only civilian that was ever slapped by General Patton. But as a matter of fact, you probably knew this, he was born in England.
Yeah, I do know that.
Just after the colonies seceded, I think it was. As a matter of fact, when I was here last summer, I had a little time, and I made a special effort. I went all the way up to a little village up in the middle of England, his hometown where he was born. There's a little town called Muttings on the Crumpet, I think. And I looked all over town. I thought I'd see some insignia, a plaque, a shrine, some acknowledgement. Bob Hope was born here, or Bob Hope slept here, this is Bob Hope. Nothing. I didn't see anything. And I finally inquired of some of the villagers. All I got was angry denials. They wouldn't have it. They wouldn't buy it at all. No chance. And they told a lot of bill collectors wanted to know his home address, and I didn't blab it around.
You didn't tell?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Hey, Mr. Crosby, I suppose now you're here. You're, of course, staying at the Savoy Hotel. Huh?
Yes, I love the Savoy. The grill has been redone.
Yeah, it's
Always
beautiful.
was a great restaurant. The food is magnificent. I hope I get a free cab down there for dinner sometime. You're invited to come along.
Thank you for the plug. Hey, that's the international meeting place of the world, you know.
The Savoy?
Oh.
I guess so.
Where but the Savoy could you see a party of Americans entertaining some Japanese executives who were guests of a German delegation, looking after some Frenchmen, and being spied upon by Russian diplomats?
Yes. And the whole thing being overheard by Spanish waiters.
That's it.
Hey, Ted.
What's that, babe?
You know, I was just thinking that July 4th is the birthday of that great American, great musician, artist, genius, Louis Armstrong.
Great
I
Louis.
thought it'd be wonderful if you and I could do a duet on one of the songs that I used to sing with Louis. Would you do that?
Would I do that?
Would I take a whack at it?
I'll take a whack at
Let's go, Pete. Gone fishing.
How you know?
There's a sign upon your door. Gone fishing.
I'm real gone, babe.
You ain't working anymore.
Could be.
There's your hoe out in the sun, where you left a row half done. You said working ain't no fun.
That's a permanent condition.
Gone fishing by a shady, wady pool.
Shangri-La, really.
I'm wishing I could be that kind of fool.
Shall I twist your arm?
I'd say no more work for mine.
Welcome to the club.
On my door I'd hang a sign, gone fishing, oh yeah, instead of just a wishing.
Papa Bing, I stopped by your place a time or two lately, and you know something? You weren't home either.
Well, I was probably working, Ted. I was probably hung up at the studio or something like that.
You weren't hung up. You just gone fishing.
Zazu, 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 zazu.
There's a sign upon your door.
Don't blab it around, Ted.
Gone fishing.
I got a big one staked out down there at the little pool.
You ain't working anymore. I came by your place at dawn.
Yeah.
Your rod and reel were gone.
Look out.
Now, Bing, I think you've been putting me on.
How about a coalition?
We could go fishing.
Yes, let's make a deal right here.
We could go fishing.
Yes. I'll bring the bait.
I'll bring the beer.
Well, that settles everything. Mr. Ted and Mr. Bing, we gone fishing. Oh, yes. Instead of just a wishing. Zazu, 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 zazi, zozu, za. Oh, yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I want to introduce to you the Joey Bushkin Jazz Quartet. Joey Bushkin, the fearless leader. Jake Hanna on the skins.
Johnny Smith on the guitar. And on the bass fiddle from London, England, Lenny Bush. And we're about to lay the truth on you, ladies and gentlemen. Jake? Will you take some skins? Jazz begins. Take a bass. Man, now we're getting someplace. Take a box, one that rocks. Take a blue horn, New Orleans born. Ah, take a stick, hit a lick. Take a bone, oh, hold the phone. Find a spot, cool and hot. Now you have jazz, 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 jazz. Take over, Joe. You got it.
met the Bushkin group. Now I want you to meet the Crosby group. And here they are. Youngest son, playing off a handicap of 4 from the members' tees, Nathaniel Crosby. There he is. And the prettiest member of the group, Mary Frances Crosby. Oh, pretty bad. And the poet of the guitar, the oldest member of the family, Harry Crosby. And the loveliest member of the group, my wife, Kathryn Crosby. She runs the joint. You gotta sing a song, sing it loud, and you gotta sing it strong.
Sing of good things, not bad. Sing for happy, not sad.
Sing a song. Make it simple, last your whole life long.
Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just
Sing a song.
That is what I said.
sing a song.
Make it up in your head.
Sing out loud.
Try to improvise.
Sing out strong until you realize it's best to sing.
Sing of good things, not bad.
Never fear, cause all you got to do is sing.
Sing of happy, not sad.
Everybody has to learn to just relax and sing.
A little tune.
Sing a song.
You'll feel better soon.
Make it simple.
With the charm to last your whole life long. Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Oh, you gotta sing. Sing a song.
Sing along. Sing a song.
Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing. Sing a song. Just sing. Sing a song. You know, quite often I'm asked by people, they say, how does it feel for an old gaffer like you to have a young family bouncing around? Well, I tell you the honest truth, I'm happy to have a pulse. And here's Harry. It looks like he's ready to go to work. Got your,
Thought I'd help you out a little bit.
your Ramirez guitar. And what kind of a song do you think we ought to try and do tonight? We keep changing around every now and then.
Oh, I thought we'd do something of Carole King.
Carole King is a good writer. The one she wrote that I like is Got a Friend.
You've got a friend. Well,
Did you lead me into that?
Well, let's
Get
try
me
it.
started. Give me a little cadenza.
Hang on.
Is that a cadenza or a concerto? What is it?
Well, hang on, I'll give you an
Where do I
opening.
get in? I don't
Just
see
a
an
minute,
opening.
I'll leave you an opening.
Leave an opening. Give me a nod and I'll come in there. When you're down and troubled and you need some love and care, and nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me and soon I will be there to brighten even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You got a friend, yes you got a friend. Just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. Yes, you got a friend. I've got a friend. Yes, you got a